Good morning, it's Mark Parham from the Cat Builder Talk Radio Show. I'm here at the Platform 2014 Summit at Morehouse College with Charles Marable from Creating Opportunity for Girls. Welcome, Charles. How you doing?
Thank you.
So what brought you to this conference today?
This Platform Summit that they have built is a movement in not only technology, but a movement in STEM and entrepreneurship, and it's just a lifeblood of what we need to do to build a future for not only who we are today, but for our girls and our boys tomorrow.
Now, you have an organization that works with young girls. Tell me about that.
Okay, Creating Opportunities for Girls is a 501c3 STEM nonprofit that just shows girls that STEM is in everything. Everything is STEM. So we cultivate our women today, our young women today, to be the workforce of tomorrow. So that's everything from, if you want to cook, that's chemistry. So we teach them that's culinary chemistry. If you want to go into be an entrepreneur and you want to sell candy at school, we show you how the financial literacy part is or that's a part of the mathematics that you learn in school, the Y equals mx plus b. If you want to go into and be in a salon, we talk about the chemistry and in the entrepreneurship of being a salon owner or a nail artist.
Gotcha.
So we do not only STEM, but STEAM is where we include the arts and science.
Yeah, I've been hearing about the STEAM. Everybody's been changing their arts to it. Tell me this, you were here yesterday.
Right.
What are some of the things that you took away from it?
It was just powerful to see within, when you talk about bringing people together, just the diversity of people. Everything from Lucinda Martinez with HBO and over. That was outstanding. And she said everything, and she said something, and I have to this, but she talked about not leaning in, but leaning back. Leaning back. And that's very important. How she brought in our culture and brought in the culture of what is America. America is, people say the culture of America, but America is a multitude of cultures that come together, and that's just so important as we build and become not only American citizens, but global citizens and connected throughout the world. We had people here. I actually had a funny meeting with the guy who was the vice president of Samsung TV.
Mm-hmm.
He had lost his cars, and so I picked up his car and said, "Hey, do these belong to you?" And the next thing I know, he's on stage, and now we have a connection. So to just see different people, you never know what somebody can do or what they can accomplish. And that's not only as an adult, that's as a child.
Now, hasn't this summit been outstanding? I mean, it was just one day. I hadn't heard of it before, but now it is something I'm going to make sure I attend every year.
Right. I was blessed with the opportunity to come out here and experience this. And somebody tweeted it, and I have to say it. Even the reception yesterday was bananas. It was bananas. It was too many people to even get to everybody. It's like a buffet. I would say it was the Golden Corral of technology. It just had too many.
It was.
It was a buffet of knowledge.
But it's been outstanding, man. So tell me just a little bit about your organization so we know more about it, so how people they want to help you with what you're doing.
Okay. Well, Creating Opportunities for Girls, once again, is a STEM nonprofit for girls, and we have just launched the Grassroots, which is STEM and STEM. Skills and tools to engage our males. So we want to also engage our males into that world of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. If you want to find out more about us, go to www.cogstem, that's COGSTEM.org. We can also, if you want to donate, you can go to cogstem.org/donate. If you want to volunteer, you can go to info@cogstem.org and email us. We're always looking to expand. We just got finished with Cancer Awareness Month, where the girls learn about cancer and cell division, what they're learning in school with their life science and biology standards, but they also gave back. And so we had 2 community events that we were a part of. Next month is STEAM, which is we're doing specifically STEM in the arts. So we're doing everything from motorcycles. We have some universities coming out there, but we also have individuals. We're going back old school. They're gonna learn some calligraphy. We're gonna fly some kites and talk about the physics of flying kites. So we're doing it all. So if you want to be a part of it, www.cogstem All
right, my brother. Thank you for coming
Thank
out.
you so much.
All right, man. I appreciate you. All right. This is Mark Parham, Cat Builder Talk. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in a minute with more interviews. Yeah. We're going to start up. Hey, this is Mark Parham, Cat Builder Talk Radio Show. I have the man here, Mr. Martin Pratt, the social media 2014 Platform Summit. And Martin invited me, so I just wanted.
I had to make sure the man was here.
I just want to make sure
here in the house.
I just want to make sure he knows how much I appreciate it. So, Martin, tell me about this summit, man. What do you think about it since you've been here? I mean, it's been outstanding. I mean, the people.
Definitely. Hank Williams is a really innovative brother, and I had the pleasure of interviewing him on our radio show. Unshameless plug. Mondays at 7 p.m. in New York on 90.3 FM, WHCR. Been on, God bless, been on the air for 12 years. I'm working on 13th year.
12 years?
And went to 99 radio stations and got turned down by 99 radio stations in New York in the early 2000s. And they said that no one's going to listen to an hour of us talking about technology.
So that's the show's about technology.
Yeah, technology. So we're the only technology talk show on FM radio in New York. But had Hank on our radio show many times, and realized in Harlem we have our own Bill Gates and our own Hank Williams was able to sell his calendar software package in the early days to Mac. And they included an operating system. In the 90s, he sold a company, music play company, made millions doing that, and now he's working on cloud. So when I heard that Hank was doing a conference, I said, wow, that's going to really be interesting to see how it is. Hank's a really interesting guy. I love his site, whyiseverythingsuck.com.
That's his website, that's his blog. Does he just talk about technology?
Yeah, pretty much. How sucky it is.
All right.
Or he talks about what he likes them. So, but when I saw the, Google Ventures and Credit Suisse and others were going to be a part of this, I said, well, shout out to Hank, and I really appreciate what he was going to do. So I had to make sure that Atlanta, they did it at MIT last year. After this year, I want to make sure Atlanta was in the house. Real Atlanta people that deal with real Atlanta capital issues, capital raising, capital funding, and also the process, the details, business planning, as Brother Mark does with Cat Builder.
Do you know where this is going to be next year? People are already asking me that.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I would imagine it's probably going to be on the West Coast, maybe. I can't see, or I don't know. We'll see.
So tell me this. This is a big question. How do you get 87,000 foot?
Well, my name on Twitter is I Love Black Women. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. Who doesn't love black women?
Right.
It's very little people. I won't see on camera the people I get that stare at me the most, but hint, it's not black women.
So tell me this.
So I'm loved by everybody.
Now you tweet about a lot of different things. not just about technology. I know you
Right.
know a lot about.
Right.
You tweet about just current events, just things that are going on.
Yeah, I love Black Women Brand. Right now, is only tweeting positive, affirming messages from Oprah.
Okay. Gotcha.
but we do tweet current events when someone asks us to. We are sponsored. We are sponsored by several movie studios. So last
Really?
movie we tweeted out was about Halle Berry's DVD release. So Cold Black is one of our sponsors.
Okay.
So they pay us to tweet certain things, and we put on there. It's a sponsored tweet, which you're supposed to do legally for the FTC. And we have in the past advocated as a black males, because it's not just me, another black men are part of this, on women's rights issues. Essence did a series of articles called "Why Should Black Women Have More Casual Sex" in 2009, and we went to 30 days of why Essence hates black women.
Wow.
So every day,
the articles they're trying to
right,
really,
right, and I think it was what's his name? Thoreau once tweeted out that black women had it easy during slavery because they used their vaginas. So we went on him. So we were a battle, black male advocacy for black women.
Okay.
We that's our history. We have had Twitter battles in early Twitter.
now, as far as your business goes, what you do for a living sounds like tweet. I mean, you do a lot of social media.
My family, my aunt owns Sisters Uptown Bookstore, the oldest bookstore in Harlem, and working with her, I realized that black authors were not could not affordably be marketed around the country. This is early 2004, and so I found out that there was black bookstores all over the country, and there's a network of black book clubs. So I got into a lot of social media, but also how to do marketing online. It's how I ran the Dry Buzz. That's how I found out about a lot of stuff around the country, because I was in bookstores and book clubs, but where are the other readers at?
Gotcha.
People aren't. That's the thing we don't really realize, that every day we're all, to say that I'm a reader or I don't read is BS, because you gotta read the sign to get off the highway.
Right,
you gotta read the menu, what you order.
Yeah.
We read.
Right.
And not only do we read, but a lot of times we reread an article to see, did he just say what I think he said? Right. So there's a lot of TV watchers, but every day most people have to read a text, they have to read an email, they have to read an article, they read something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to get to other readers, and so I set up a marketing company. At the time, African American authors would charge like $2,500. We were charging $19.99. So that got me into marketing a lot more than I was. And then Gen 6 happened. And on MySpace, we were really pretty much upset about Gen 6. And the powers that be were ignoring it, including the black top activists, until they saw a crowd swell of people in their backyard, leaving from New York, leaving from D.C., coming down to Louisiana and going to protest. All of a sudden, then all the major activists got in front. Kind of like, Ferguson now.
Right, yeah.
Similar how things change, but they the same.
Right. We talked about a lot of that yesterday.
So, but while that was happening, I was in the 90s, I sold computers myself, built them, sold them. And in 2000, the bomb dropped out of computers. So I said, well, I saved enough money, I can retire for a year. What do I want to do next? And I like talking. So I was like, I want to have a radio show. So I had the radio show before I started marketing.
Gotcha.
And before that, I was a network engineer for nonprofits and for a couple of tech startups. One of them, everybody remembers Black Planet. So
Black Planet, it goes back there. Is it still around?
Yeah, it's still around.
Okay.
TV One. Interactive, which is known as Interactive One, owns it and does a lot. It's at 10 million email addresses.
Wow.
So when Kathy Hughes, shout out to the Kathy Hughes and Alfred Liggums, when they want to get some money, you gotta say, we got 10 million black email addresses. What you got?
Right. I can just get $1 from all those 10 million in the street.
Just basically show the companies that, and then they do these things that, because the market I'm in right now is Houston, and there's a radio station there, and they send out texts. So Interactive One has this text survey. They send out the text survey, but you can't just take the survey and say yes or no. The survey it says, what are your favorite? Give us 10 of your favorite black songs, that party songs, and they press the button. You say, okay, I'll take the survey, and then it plays. One song plays like, oh yeah, no, that's my hit. They say, what about this one? Oh yeah, that one too. Right. So they get you on that phone for about 15 minutes.
Right.
And I was sitting there listening to my girl do this survey. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, the radio station plays. So I'm a researcher. So I'm like, who has this? I'm like, oh, this is TV One, Interactive One survey they got from Black Planet.
Gotcha.
The concept of, so this social concept we had is nothing new. We did this in the 90s.
Right.
Black Voices first in Chicago, Black Planet in New York. It was a social, we are social people, and we are sharers. And we want to know, am I the only person thinking this?
Yeah.
I know I'm not. Like, this is why when you come to church or when you go to a barbershop, there's a natural feeling of, I'm going to present this thing that's in my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's what social media is.
Right.
It's the presentation of what's in your head to find out, I'm not the only one that feels this way.
Now, I heard some stats yesterday. We were talking that African Americans are the biggest tweeters.
Right. So black women tweet the most of all races. African Americans are number 2 ever as a race. Latinos took us over last year. You can find the stats at Pew Internet.org. Pew Institute is the institute that does a lot of statistics. But Pew Internet.org is run by a black woman who at the Pew Institute. And one of the first things she did when they started gathering internet data was to look at the racial makeup. So not only do we tweet the most, but we also own 2, not just 1, but 2 smartphones. And we also have the most broadband. We actually have the fastest internet of all races. So when it comes to
when they say this digital divide, and what do we keep? Because we're just using it for social media and you're making money.
No. So different people have different reasons for victimization or for we call it poverty pimping. And so the poverty of the internet, the poverty of access. We got access. The issue is not us having access. The issue is who does the survey and what's the reason funding behind. So to say the digital divide would mean that there's a reason for someone, no names, but someone to go to Silicon Valley. This is JJ, to go to Silicon Valley and tell those Silicon Valley heads that you're not having African Americans a part of your business. But they look at him, this person, and he's not going to make an impact on the investors and on what's the name, except for his personal pocket, because he's not coming in with the data that says black women shut down Twitter and have created scandal to have 19 million views. So, or Nate Silver used to write for New York Times. He's a numbers stats guy. Said Obama's gonna win the first election. He was like, yeah, whatever, you're an idiot. Obama won, and he won by even better statistics than they gave him. Then the second election, Rush Limbaugh, Morning Joe guy, even New York Times said Nate's wrong. Obama's not gonna win. Romney's gonna win. And we have, if you're going to tell us that Obama's gonna win, then we need to see your algorithm, your intellectual property approving your stats. Well, Obama won.
Right.
He won better again than Nate Silver said. And Nate Silver said, not only did he win, not only was I right, but I'm leaving New York Times. I'm quitting, and I'm gay. Now what? and so statistics show that African Americans overwhelmingly got him elected through different means of social media. In Obama's campaign, his track, his 2 brothers, hopefully we get to meet Brett Leary, and David Bullock wrote this website in the first election called Barack20.com, Barack 2.0. And it showed you how Barack was using social media, but before that, Facebook, everything in a way that Howard Dean was using. He used Meetup. Howard Dean was the first person to really use any type of social networking to do money raising. And so again, it's not just that there's a digital divide, that there's a real digital divide. It's a divide that we may be able to say, someone like me can say, we're not producing funding sources that can fund our own projects. But getting our projects done, getting awesome awkward black girl, Issa Rae, did one web series, and then she started Awkward Black Girl web series. Within 1 year of her doing the Awkward Black Girl, something that everybody felt awkward sometimes, HBO comes to her and says, we're going to give you a show. Stanford, MIT, all have her come by and say, what are you doing? She's making content about a black girl who makes some songs in her head and doesn't know if she feels comfortable in a dead-end job. It's not that hard of content. But what happened was that we aren't necessarily empowered to tell our narratives, whether you're down south, your grandmother made this great syrup, it turns out that Aunt Jemima people stole it from your grandmother, you're afraid to tell that story, we'll think of a different way to tell that story. That's not a digital divide. That's a person feeling like they can't capitalize. But somebody else says, you know what? You have no access. That's why you're down and they're trying to keep you out of the picture. Yeah, kind of, maybe. Half of that might be right. That's not a divide. Now, we talked in the 90s when we didn't have a computer screen, when we didn't have a dial-up modem.
Right.
Our phones were off, so you couldn't get.
Right. But now
everything we got is right here now.
Yeah. So
there's no digital divide. That's what I'll say. Right. And I'll go toe to toe with almost everybody except my sister at Digital Undivided, because I like what she said. But everybody else that's got the digital divide concept, I have them on show. I argue all the time with them. There is no digital divide. BS.
All right, my brother. Take it ahead.
I'm going off.
Take it out.
Take too much time.
No. I want to hear what you got to say. That's why I got it here.
Let me tell you. So me and my boy was talking about what happened. He's my partner in social strategy. He's down in Florida. We're on the phone talking about Ferguson. And I said, what we need to do is create the American Center for Conservative Policing. And that center, we have based out of Nevada, because Nevada is the only state that. So the only state that says, they don't tell who's on the board of directors. So this conservative sounding think tank starts out of Nevada. And then the phone said, this call is not being recorded. We both heard that. We're like, wow. I'll talk later. All right, talk later.
All right, bro. So Big Brother's watching.
And listening.
And recording. All right, man. Well, thanks for inviting me to the summit, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the coaching you gave me yesterday, too.
It was interchange.
Right.
It was brotherly interchange.
All right. So we're here at the summit. We're going to go to break, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Platform 2014.
Right.
And follow Mark at Mark E. Parham.
All right. Thank you. This is Mark Parham, Capitol Talk Radio Show here at the Platform Summit with the one and only Calvin Vishmael. We ran each other this morning. We're talking about changing the world. Calvin, how are you enjoying the summit, man?
I'm enjoying the summit very much. This is, I think, a timely, meaningful gathering that will get legs and a lot of traction because it's the right thing at the right time, and it's scalable.
Yeah, it is scalable. I think it's. I've enjoyed it here. Even the speaker, just on all different topics, and we're not over yet. What are some of the takeaways yesterday when you were here that you walked out of here? Things that may have changed the way you thought or enhanced the way that you thought about things.
Well, one of the main things that enhanced the way I thought is that here is a convening and a gathering of like-minded people who are open to collaboration and bring to the table their expertise and their experiences and are willing to share them with others in an open way and allowing them to take away what is useful to them. And that was refreshing.
Yeah, it was really refreshing that it's here on Morehouse's campus.
Well, obviously, Mark, that's something that really warms my heart.
Yeah.
Since you did bring that into,
right, I brought it up.
into the forefront, I think it's really important that, what we do here on this hill and what we have done since 1867 is unique. And it's unique because of the convening intellectual, cultural convening of Black men in a institution of higher learning only takes place one place on the planet. And that's right here. Only one place on the planet, and that is right here. And Dr. Wilson, John Wilson, who was a year behind me in school, who I sat in some classes with, has a big enough vision, and he is mission-oriented to have Morehouse make its contribution to the world. And by having the platform here this year and also next year, I think is going to be significant to our community worldwide.
It is going to be significant. What else is significant is some of the things that you're doing, to strengthen our community. Let's talk about just a couple of things, some of the visions that you have about going forward in the future for our community.
Well, what I truly believe is that we have all we need to get what we want. We talk about, in many cases, access to capital. We need to access our own capital, and we have a significant amount of capital, and we need to, and we will. And I'm encouraged that this evolutionary process is irreversible, and that we will connect the dots, and that's what I try to contribute to, connecting of the dots as opposed to reinventing any wheels, and connecting the dots and translating and transforming our consumer power into investable dollars that are aligned collaboratively and cooperatively to create wealth that's intergenerationally transferable within our community. And that's how we'll make a difference, and we'll become global players.
That's the only way we can make a difference.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other way.
There's 7 principles of what I call basic fundamental hermeneutics of investments and finance that I think are teachable, and I try to impart these when I can. And they're teachable to anyone with a 3rd grade education. And I consider them basic building blocks that you can use to transform your life. I think also we have to put on top of that a framework that's open architecture where everybody can participate in a way that all of our collective economic interests are aligned such that we can come up quickly. And I think that is what is before us as opportunities here. We've always had the intellectual capital. The question is, how do we create the vehicles so that we can collectively benefit from the intellectual capital that we've always had? Innovation, creativity, those things are in our DNA. Always have been.
Always have been.
I was talking to a young man yesterday as we were going to reception for the platform, and over in Georgia Tech, and there was an old cream and gold colored Model T Ford in the foyer as you first come into the convention center. And the gentleman said, "What is that? Is that some Model T Ford?" And I said, "Trivia question: who designed the interior of the Model T Ford?" You know who designed the interior of the Model T Ford? George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver was the intellectual nucleus for much of what took place that we know of in the United States as the Industrial Revolution.
I see a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, he really, and 95% of his patents are owned by one of these iconic industrial families. We think of him as we relate to George Washington Carver, the peanut and the sweet potato.
Right.
George Washington Carver he may have been one of the most brilliant people who has ever been born.
Wow. But he's not, you're right. We're talking about the peanut and the sweet potato. We don't know any of the other stuff.
We failed to know any of his industrial contributions to the United States of America and our technological advantages that we've had. In addition to no-cost labor, we also have contributed to American society the intellectual capital,
right?
Beyond the cotton gin.
Right.
I mean, but there's so many inventions that we have contributed.
All right, man. Well, I know as soon as you're starting back up, I don't want to hold you from any of these festivities.
Well, Mark Parham, it's always a pleasure to be with you. Anytime I can have a chance to share with you, it's a good time.
All right, my brother. All right, thanks a lot, man.
Keep up the good work.
All right,
thank you.
Hey, this is Mark Parham. Sun is coming up, warming up out here at the Platform 2014 Summit at Morehouse College. So I'm going to take a break here. You heard a couple great interviews. I'm going to be back with a lot more today at this beautiful campus. I just can't tell you how beautiful it is out here. God has smiled on this 2014 Platform Summit. So I'm going to be coming back. You listen to Mark Parham, Cat Builder Talk. You can listen to me live Monday evenings, 8:30 p.m. Call-in number 917-932-1078. I'll be talking to you a little later on today.